send a Google link review to that person and say, hey, if you love this, would you mind sharing it with everybody? That guy whose Google reviews was exploded as far as the number of sessions. And so we worked with a group that actually works with our grant system to help pull stuff out. They helped us connect those two with HubSpot. And he's like, do you mean like this? And there has to be set up where if we get 9 out of 10 scores on our surveys, send them links and hey, this is one of our big, happy people. Please submit Google reviews, don't mind. So it's already in place. I was like, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's a big part of our drive and marketing to survey results give us good feedback for our team.
We haven't. I've been
really It is. It's like guerrilla marketing, right? It's like everything's a little different.
It's about I would ask you something. So but I've done it for people in Nashville, and I was good with that.
In this book? I do not. I have an office in Houston, so I work from home. I'm close, a little officer. Yeah. But I've been telling people that I wasn't hurt. Yeah, I don't think. Yeah. But, yeah, so I work at the officer, and I have an office in Lexington, like I said, but I live in Columbia, so I don't always drive in the office.
When you have
Right.
not too far from our city is the
Oh, really?
Yes, you go to USB.
Yes.
Yes, so you're ready to go.
That's so cool. Wow, that's such a good idea. Yeah. Yeah, it's my mom.
It'll just be
When
like basically
she
kind
went
of
to
like
New
just
York
your
with her friend and went to flower school. And you learn how to make a radius and stuff, and she learned so much from that. And she like what she did at Trader Joe's, and get the flowers together, and it looks like a forest with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm into one.
Yeah, and like really well. And also you got
That would be like 5 more weeks of swag.
So that's it. So anyway,
I love that.
and then it'll be kind of a same run as my little.
Yeah,
This
this
was
was
like,
oh my God.
I looked at the place once.
So that have anything else? Yeah, and flowers.
Yeah, but you
I
should.
don't have an iPhone, which I did. Like, we come up from a good part. Yeah, I know. I just can't say, I can say like, oh, that's beautiful, but I can't look at the flowers separately and go, put those together.
Yeah,
all of
this
these.
was hilarious. This young
Ooh,
man.
that's
So whatever, handed my phone. I was like, you look like somebody who knows how to do a really great video. And I was like, it was my Sunday.
That's somebody else's stuff.
Oh, really? I don't even
It's too early to start drinking. And you got some coffee.
Was it good today? Alright,
There's some special powers.
I would, so I do. That's fine.
I
This is my face for the creative at 3:30 in the morning when the caffeine just stops working. And people like, drink another one.
Yeah,
It's fun. I need some. This is not
I'm trying to find how you should have everything in life.
There was something about that being told down. There's something about this room. That reminds my creative mind. And I just get exhausted.
because I've seen your charcuterie board. You're really good.
I was here for a whole Friday.
Everyone, if you can, please take a minute and scan in just to let them know that we are here and we are alive and we are thriving. So please scan in and thank you. We're going to get started in about 4 minutes.
I'm offering up the very last slide.
I feel like
QR code where they can. That's something else. They can email me their one-liner and I'll so we'll do a little bit of, probably what I was thinking I would do is say, like, each person is a partner and share with each other. And that way everybody that's really what I think. So, workshop. And we need to promote it. This is normally a paid workshop.
How are you?
Free demo, all the shops, and they're gonna walk away. It's great.
Every time I drop off the second, oh wait. So I walk into this room, so I drive
and it's like it's only takes people
yeah, people are
and also you, yeah, you're so into it,
it
you're
goes
right,
into
yeah.
I from drive.
Taylor and I can come to your
I'm an all-day Sunday.
So anybody
What color van?
have a van that they is like black?
I have a van.
Black Dodge Caravan?
Yeah.
That sliding doors are wide open.
I got it downstairs. I'll shut it for you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
I didn't know how to close it.
It may not be
Oh wait, I had a lot of money in my car. That's why I had an area
If you just walked in, can you please scan the QR code and let them know you're here? Thank you.
So, I've been chasing down ever since. And the thing is you can never get back what you lose. Yeah. It's like missing meals. If you miss meals, you don't get to catch up. You just get to stop being hungry, but you know you're back there. So, yeah. I stay, I go to Charlotte. Right. Judy?
How you doing? Good. I thought I saw you there.
Wonderful networking What you eat? Donuts? What'd you get? Krispy Kreme? Pardon me.
So, welcome, thank you for being here. If you haven't already
scan in. This just keeps them track of our numbers to let them know that we are alive and we are thriving. So please take a minute. If you're not registered, please register as well. Thank you, and thank you. Very good. Very good. Okay, off we go. So welcome. This is 1 Million Cups, and 1 Million Cups is here. Our mission is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new, seasoned, and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. So we are a national organization. This is your local chapter here in Columbia. We give presentations, not sales pitches. We make authentic connections. We're not just here to network. And we are radically and intentionally inclusive, and we are run for the community, by the community. And what I mean by that is these here are your local businesses that help run this organization. So we are the space is sponsored to us here by the USC Columbia Technology Incubator, and then the businesses below are the folks who are working behind the scenes to bring you these presenters, to bring you these education topics, and your coffee, and to meet with you here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Our local program, we've been here over 10 years. We are held weekly on Wednesday mornings at 9 a.m. We have had over 500 entrepreneur presentations in that decade. We also offer educational topics like finance, future frame, networking, and also give out local resources. We have one presenter every week with about a 6 to 10 minute presentation, and then we follow that with Q&A from the community. We also like to bring back some Made It sessions with entrepreneurs who have presented here in the past and come back and let us know a little bit about their success story. And we are always free, we are always open to the public, and we are here with free coffee. So please bring a friend, share it with a friend, and if you know of a local entrepreneur who would like to share his story, her story, please bring them in. We would love to hear from them. Speaking of that, I have a call for presenters. So if you or somebody you know would like to present here at 1 Million Cups, please, please, please. I've got postcards here. Please have them apply. So I'm looking to fill our January and February docket right now. So please, here is the link here where they can present. Let them know it's not a sales pitch. It's not an investor pitch. Our goal is to have people understand what you do and some of the challenges you have had in building your business. So it is your entrepreneurial story. I forgot to get numbers for you, Bob. You ready for some numbers? Okay, let's just take a little poll here. Anybody, is this your first time here? Could you raise your hand if you are a first? How many students do we have in here today? Do we have, yay, welcome. Thank you, thank you. We got 2 students, Bob. And how many of us are entrepreneurs? Do you have any entrepreneurs in the room? There we go. Everybody should be one. Thank you. You good? Okay. All right, we're looking for companies that are 0 to 5 years old and open to community engagement. And please let me know if you know of someone. I'd be happy to connect with them. We're looking for presenters. All right, there we go. This here, if you're not a part of this, please scan the QR code. So we have 2 Facebook pages. One is 1 Million Cups Cola, and that's kind of like our national Facebook page. This one here is our private Facebook page. So everyone who usually attends and comes, this is our little family Facebook page, if you will. So please become a part of this. If you have questions, comments, looking for information, you can always go to this or our national Facebook page, but please become a part of this if you would so kindly. Just some upcoming information. Next week, we will not have 1 Million Cups. The facility is unavailable, so we will not be here. Please don't come. The following week after that is Thanksgiving, so happy Thanksgiving, everyone. And then we will be back again, hitting the ground running, December 4th with Miss Lynn Tickner. Now, this is going to be one of our learning sessions. And she is an amazing business owner of Ink and Key, and she specializes in naming, brand strategy, logo, web design, and story brand messaging. And we're going to have an actual workshop, if you will. Now, the workshop you're going to be attending is something that people usually pay for. So Lynn's coming in
She's going to offer this to our group for free, and you're going to get to create your own tagline. So this is going to be a wonderful workshop learning strategy. Did you want to say anything else on that, Lynn?
Like elevator pitch, not tagline.
Elevator pitch.
But more compelling than elevator pitch.
There you go. So you want to get those people in a simple amount of words. Lynn's going to teach you how to do that. The following week after that, we've got a good one coming back. So if you were here months ago, Lizzie Farms, she presented, and it was such a wonderful presentation. She is coming back to just kind of give us an overview of what has happened since she presented last at 1 Million Cups. So we're happy to have her back, and she will be here to share her after 1 Million Cups story. If you haven't already, Growth Summit is next week. This is the largest entrepreneurial event here in Columbia, and you can get a discount for your ticket if you use the discount code 1MC. So tickets are usually $149. For us, we get them around $127, I think it was. So if you haven't already, please get your ticket. That is happening next week. And since we are all entrepreneurs, just another little update for y'all. If you haven't filed your LLC, you have until the end of the year. This is the website you need to go to. Please, please, please avoid all of the hefty fines and penalties that will be coming your way as of January. All right, and now we are on to today's presenter. So today, and Annette, I'm going to probably say your last name wrong.
Flavel.
I love that. I'll never forget that. Annette Flavel with Lucky Rabbit Publishing. Now, Annette, she has a Bachelor of Arts and a graduate diploma in education from the University of Adelaide. She has taught English in Australia and EFL in the UK, Japan, Mexico, and the USA. She has authored and co-authored a number of preschool, primary, and secondary series for Mexico, Latin America, Turkey, and the Middle East. And Annette is keen to keep writing enjoyable ELT materials, teaching international students, and growing an amazing vegetable garden at her new home in South Carolina. So without further ado, while I get her slideshow up, please welcome Annette to our...
That's for you. Hi everyone.
Hi.
I'm Annette Flavel, and besides growing the vegetable garden, I hope to grow Lucky Rabbit LLC. Bob, no, I haven't yet registered for my FinCEN, but yes, I will. This is a little exercise I would like to do with you. How are you feeling today? On a scale of little lion, with a show of hands, are you a number 1 this morning? A number 2? A number 3? A number 4? 5? Or 6? Alright, so we're all feeling pretty good this morning, right?
It depends on what it is.
The one with, oh no.
Last Wednesday I thought it was 6.
I have a story for you. Here's a little lion with a very little roar. She wants something bigger, something louder, something more. I need to grow my roar up from this silly little girl who'll take a lion seriously if she can only purr. Crocodile is hungry. He's cooking up a plan. I'll help you, little lion. I'm very sure I can. But I won't share my secrets for everyone to hear. Come closer, little lion. I'll whisper in your ear. Little lion goes towards him. Crocodile snaps his jaws. Little lion throws her head back. She's so surprised she squeaks. So little lion has a problem. She needs to find her roar, and so she goes around the savannah talking to her animal friends, asking them, how do you do your roar? And they give her advice. She puts all of the advice together, and at the end of the story, she finds her roar. That story is written by Nicola Prentice, and it's illustrated by Maurice Carter. I'll tell you a little bit more about it in a moment. I will tell you my story, which could also be subtitled An Unplanned Life. And I will tell you about how books are made, and I will ask you, the think tank part of this session will be, how do I sell these books? So my story started in Australia, the land of koalas, kangaroos, spiders, snakes, and crocodiles. I wanted to travel the world, so as you saw in my bio, I started in Australia, but I've gone all over the world teaching English, and that's how I did it. I wasn't born to a family with a family trust, so my way of traveling the world was to work my way around the world. I went to Harrogate, England, and I taught in Osaka, Japan. And then one fine day, after traveling in Central America, and I told Rachel this story yesterday, after traveling in Central America and running out of money, wanting to come to the United States but not having enough money to get here from Costa Rica, I bought a ticket to Mexico City thinking I would take the bus the rest of the way. But I landed in Mexico City on a fine, clear day, and I loved it. And I stayed for 20 years. But at first I didn't have a visa to work. So I was working without papers in Mexico. Usually it's the other way around, right? So I needed to find a job where I could get my visa sponsored. So I went and found a job with Macmillan Publishers. They sponsored my visa. I worked in sales for them. I visited every school in Mexico with the sales team doing teacher training. And then after the sales division, I went to work in the editorial division, and over that time, authored or co-authored around 30 English language teaching textbooks. But there are only so many English language textbooks that you can author before you run out of ideas. So I'm right now in the third act of my life. The third act is Lucky Rabbit Publishing. Lucky Rabbit Publishing makes children's books similar to the ones that are on your desk in front of you. And they are for kids from 4 to 8 years old. Lucky Rabbit Publishing is a traditional press, a traditional publishing house. We're not a vanity press or a public, we do not offer publishing services. So if you have a great idea for a book, yes, I'm going to write my memoir. That's not me. You need somebody who offers publishing services who can help you work through your manuscript and help you find your way to perhaps self-publishing. Or then you can send your manuscript to a traditional publisher. However, if you do have a great idea for a children's book, submit me an idea. What happens with a traditional publisher is the publisher pays for everything. So, as we know in life, whoever pays decides. Right? So if I'm offering publishing services, the client is paying me, they make the decisions. But I'm the traditional publisher, I pay, I make the decisions. So, for a little lion, the little lion with the little roar, Nicola submitted a story. It was a great story. I loved it. I thought, yeah, this is a marketable story. And that was where her involvement ended. She doesn't get to tell me which illustrator I use. And I chose Maurice Carter. He is based in North Carolina. And he does gorgeous illustrations. That's nice. And that's Little Lion. And he's also doing another book for me, And he's good. He has experience. He knows how to illustrate children's books. He has this really interesting past. He's a great artist. Love him. So this brings me to the part where, how do you make a children's book? First of all, you have a bag of money. And that money goes out. It's only going in one direction at the moment. Douglas, you may be able to empathise with me at the moment, right? Everything's going outwards. I pay the author, I pay the illustrator, the editors. There are various kinds of editors. The designer, the book goes to design. The book, once it's ready to print, goes to the printer. I pay the printer. The book needs marketing. That's where you're going to come in today. It's all going out. So really, you can see that my history is academic and my history is being an author and working in editing. So I can make the book, no problem. But how do I sell the damn books? So this is my Q&A session for you to think and give me ideas how, my challenge to you, how do I sell my books? Mm-hmm. I have some ideas. I've just brainstormed a whole bunch of things up here. Do I do direct sales in order to increase my margins? Or do I go on Amazon? Amazon has its problems. I don't like their labour practices, I don't like their business practices, but as a publisher, perhaps I have to be present on Amazon. The amazing Chef Jay is going to have some of my books in her store. Janae has introduced me to the vice principal of her school, so I'll go and do an event at her school. Barnes and Noble, all good books. Liberation is Lit. Specialty stores like the museum, they're great because they put your books face outwards. What are their margins? What happens is a publisher needs to offer a discount, 40% to 50%, to be in booksellers. .orgs, there are organisations who buy books in bulk and they give them to schools. So, has anyone got a hook up there? Sponsorships. Now, this one is something I learned about recently that's very interesting to me. Real estate agents, you send out a lot of flyers, a lot of publicity material every month to potential customers. And your potential customers, young families, these are great people who want to buy houses. So I come to you and I say, well, instead of sending out all of that material that probably, you don't know, might go in the trash, why don't you send out a personalised children's book to each family? It's got your message in the front, and they're probably not going to throw it away, and they'll open it up many times and they'll see your logo in the front every time they open it up and read it in the evening. Now, in order to break even, I have to sell 2,000 books. So, Chef Jay, I need you to be on it. And in order to be picked up by a national distributor, nobody is answering the phone to me at the moment. I can't call the distributor and say, oh yeah, I've got these great books, can you take them on? They'll say, get back to us when you have a track record. So between now and, let's say, there's my publishing plan, 26, 27, I need to have a really, really solid track record of publishing and sales. And there's Lucky Rabbit's website. There's a survey on there Go on there, do the survey, tell me what you like about children's books, and give me ideas for children's books, and I will send you a free book next year. And I'll also put you on my mailing list if it's okay with you. So let's open it up to the room. If you have any suggestions or contacts or connections, yes, sir.
Have you thought about the Children's Museum Adventure?
I'm writing that down right now.
You get school districts from all over the state go to that museum.
Right.
Have you thought about the children's library for Richland County? Each library, they do story times for the little kids, because obviously they're not in school, like the toddlers and the pre-K and all that. They do story time every single day. Every day. Library, yep,
Yeah.
every day each library.
So I need
they
to
give
be-
a copy to
yeah.
each library, or just give a copy to the main library, and they'll distribute it how they see fit. But then don't forget, try other libraries. Try Lexington, because if I'm not mistaken, I know Lexington County libraries, they do the same thing, like a story time type deal.
Right.
And then maybe the 6 to 8 year olds, if you have books that are for that age group,
Yeah.
you give them books for that age group.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth.
Exactly.
Try, I know Richland County and Lexington County, they definitely do children's story time.
Right. So exactly. You said age groups. Little Lion is for kids from 3 to 5, I would think.
Okay.
Yeah. And then the other one, Turner B Goes to NYC, that's coming out in spring of next year. That's for the older segment. So I'm going to try and have each season, I'll try and have one book for the little kids and one book for the older kids.
Right, Richland County has it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody there?
Ask Miss Sylvie. She's the business, yeah. Miss Sylvie's like the business distributor over there. Sylvie starts with the R as her last name.
Thank you.
If you go to the main desk and just ask for her, and then she'll contact the children's library. I don't know who the children, because I don't have kids, so I don't know who the children's library director is. But she's the entrepreneur director over there.
Brilliant. Thank you.
So that'll work.
There was another. Hang on.
I've got two. One is a little bit unconventional, but I used to work for the Medical University of South Carolina down in Charleston. Children's hospitals. Children's are stuck there. They're in bed. They're trying to recover. They want things to do. If they see your book and they enjoy it, they probably want to take it home with them. As well as a lot of your books look like they have some element of an animal. The zoo, Riverbank Zoo, would be a great place to look at possibly selling a book that has links to animals. I have a contact at MUSC if you want to talk to them too.
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay. One, remind me my neighbor works for the library, so I can ask her. But also, what about the Dolly Parton? She sends books to underprivileged monthly.
Yes, yes, I would. Oh my gosh, that would be my dream. It's called the Imagination Library,
Yes.
I believe. I would definitely be pitching to Dolly Parton.
Oh,
Pitching to Dolly.
with your accent, so that is so funny.
I really love children, and I love children's books, so I like to read them myself. But I would think too, I would find out what is the process of getting books inside of the district.
Yes.
That would be the thing inside the libraries, because there's so many opportunities there.
Yes.
So
yes.
I have one connection they can connect you with Richmond, one for sure.
Yeah.
And I just think just getting out, pitching it to those particular areas, They also do book fairs, and especially a lot of the private schools, they have book fairs, and I may have a connection with that, the young lady that sell books, children's books, so I want to send both of those connections too.
Thank you.
Piggybacking off of the gentleman as far as like the children's hospital, I guess going bigger is always St. Jude, which is a children's hospital for kids battling, and also Shriners Children is for children with disabilities. They're always having commercials on television, children with disability and special needs and stuff.
Right, and I'm willing to try anything. I'm willing to send an email to somebody with my itch, definitely. Yeah.
This is on a smaller level, but maybe like children's boutiques, local children's boutiques like Duck Duck Goose is a good one. Because I feel like, because I just bought a gift for a friend the other day, sometimes you just want to add a book in or something when you're giving a gift, so it could be a good opportunity.
Yes. And if you're buying an $80 dress for a little child, then you can certainly add a $20 bill.
Exactly.
Right.
That is the mentality.
Yes. Love it. Thank you.
Okay, I worked for a children's publisher when I was in college in Atlanta, and he was like a very independent, just wrote all of his own stuff. And what we found worked for him was we put him on Amazon because parents are often lazy, and they just want to go to Amazon and buy the book. But we didn't like optimize or like kind of do any of the crazy stuff. We were just kind of banking on people hearing about him somewhere else and then going to Amazon and purchasing the book. So you don't have to like buy your own books to like rank and all that nonsense. And then the Decatur Book Festival in Atlanta, it happens every Memorial Day. It's the biggest independent bookseller like event in the country, at least it was a few years ago.
Oh my God.
And for pretty like a reasonable price, you can, as an author, go up and like do a little speech, do a signing, kind of do the whole thing, and we like cleared out during that because people are there to buy books for their kids, and they're there to support independent authors, so it's like perfect. But I would say any way you can put your authors to work for you is going to be amazing as well.
Absolutely.
Oh, and bloggers, like mom bloggers, book bloggers. I have a connection for you. She's a children's librarian, and she has a very successful like children's book blog. You'll just need to give them an affiliate link so that they are kind of making some money off of it as well. But like if she writes something about one of your books, you'll just get like an endless stream of sales from parents.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I know they did it at Camp Lejeune. Again, I don't have children.
Oh, the
when you're,
military connection.
when you're getting out, I think Fort Jackson does do it. When you're getting out, they do like this. They'll buy a lump sum of whoever, whether it be local authors or somebody that's in Barnes and Nobles, and they will like do like a care package for children of military that are either moving to a new duty station or getting out. So like you were saying with the personalized books or whatever, if you want to put on that first picture, like, picture of their dad or their mom who's a service member, that child is going to leave Fort Jackson, like they're going to be leaving somewhere and then that'll be like their thing because they, military children have a tough time transitioning.
Yeah.
So if they're going to a new duty station or they're going, their parent is getting out completely, that is could maybe be like a little bit of like a little memorabilia or a little something of their time at Fort Jackson or Shaw Air Force Base or what else is nearby. You don't got nothing to Charleston or Beaufort because you got the Marine Corps that side. But if you wanted to stick to this side, I used to know the EAS tax person at Fort Jackson, but I think she left like maybe a year and a half ago. But she might have the new contact person of her replacement, so I'll get in touch with her and see.
Thank you very much.
And I don't know if Fort Jackson does that, but I'm just giving you the idea because I know Camp Lejeune did that because I would sit there and help the lady make the care packages for Marines that are either leaving or getting out.
Yeah, because books are not something that are going to go into landfill.
Right. So.
Even when the kid, I have some books from 1973 still. Which may or may not be before I was born.
Alright, that's none of our business.
So you keep it, or you pass it along, or you give it to a thrift. Generally, a good book doesn't go into landfill. So
I'm going to piggyback on what you talked about influences. Yeah, I haven't noticed, even in my business, say if somebody giving a referral, this is the new trend, seems like. Like when you refer someone, think about giving them a gift. So every referral that I get from any of my clients, anybody, I normally send them a $50 gift just for saying thank you. Yeah. But I think a lot of times, and you notice even today's show, they getting residual from people coming on and putting their products on. Yeah. So I think that one of the things may be, you purchase so many books, I'll give you so many books. Something kind of a person can be incentive, because people are looking to get money for whatever now.
Yeah.
You know, like the same thing what you're saying about influencers. They'll put your product out there, but they want something in return. So this is what kind of trend I noticed now, that people refer you mostly if they say, well, you know, give me a little piece of pie. It might be small, but it adds up. You know, it's just one of those things now. So I give people a referral gift, or anybody refer a business or a service or a studio.
So as a thank you gift.
As a thank you gift, because they didn't have to refer us.
Nice. Renee?
Try to piggyback on somewhat the other people said. So as far as influencers, I know a big thing on TikTok now is TikTok, where people just make content about books that they like or books they're reading. So you may be able to find someone like a college student or something who's trying to grow as an influencer, who just need content to make, and ask them if they could, you know, use your book as content. Another thing with the Richland One, I know there are always the people volunteer readers at the schools, the elementary schools. My aunt does it all the time, so I can ask her how to get in. And you could just go and read to the kids, but you could bring your own book to read to them. Also, I know they do the Scholastic book fair for Richland One. Like my son, he spent $100 on books at that book fair yearly. So that may be a good thing to get into. Book tours around like different bookstores and book coffee shops. I know all the books downtown on Hardin Street. We just had an event there 2 weeks ago for Michael Jordan's sister. She wrote a book. All we had to do was submit a form, and she was able to speak about the book and sell her books to people. And like, they kind of get people coming in, so even random people come in, or you can put out flyers and stuff too. And then also with the children's hospitals and stuff, Ronald McDonald may be a good resource too. I think Ronald McDonald's for the parents, if I'm not mistaken, but their parents, so they got kids.
Siblings America.
Yeah, their families too. Yeah, for their families. So if you can get into the Ronald McDonald house, then they may be able to, you know, give the book to the adult who got to pay for it, and then read it to the kids, or vice versa, or whatever that may be.
Yes, I remember talking to Lynn the other day, and she said, what's your pitch? You have to give them something that they want. And I've been learning about how Allwood Books and other brick and mortar bookstores they're struggling.
Yes.
They need more people to come in there and buy books. So if you got a lot of people in there for your book event.
Yeah, we had about 20, 25, and then some strays that were just coming. Because it was Halloween.
To go to that event, I remember that.
It was Halloween weekend too when we did it. So we got a good bit of people that came in just, you know, because they was in 5 Points area for Halloween.
Yeah, so if you can say, okay, you know, carry my book and I'll have these events and I'll get this many people because I have this many followers, and all my 1 million cups people will come in to your event.
That's right.
Yeah, that kind of thing. Thank you very much. Yes.
Hi, Annette. My name is LaSasha. We spoke previously.
LaSasha, hello.
County. How you doing?
Good.
I wanted to bring up some ideas. So I know the director of procurement at Richland One School District, so I can connect you that way. Also, I thought about General Mast, the store on Main Street. They have a baby section and they have books, and they're always running out of books. So maybe you could see about that. And then Soda City, I think, would be a good idea if you could set up like a little stand. There's tons of kids out there with parents, and they're just swiping their cards. I have a friend that owns a popcorn stand down there, and they make $8K in one day at Soda City just off of popcorn. So I'm pretty sure you should be able to sell some books down there, and that happens every Saturday from 9 to 1. And if I believe, well, I'm not sure if they changed the rate on renting the booth space, but I think it's like a small fee a month. So you might want to check into that.
Yeah.
And then I'll talk to you offline about some other stuff.
Yeah, thank you very much.
With Soda City, the
right.
rate changes per season. So
Is
if
it?
you go through the winter season, fall is a little cheaper because it's cold. Because I have to keep it up, so that's how I know. I think it's like $75 or something. It's not much.
Okay, so that's, you know, if I sell 3 books, then I cover my costs.
More than that.
Yes,
I'm sure you'll sell more than 3 books at Soda City.
Thank you.
Yeah, they have all types of
Does anyone have Jen or Joe Roberson's contact?
I was just gonna, she's also on in the group site.
Jen Roberson used to be one of the organizers of this. And she and her husband wrote a series of children's books called the Wandering Wagon series. And I was wondering if anyone had their Thaddeus Barrett.
I think they do self-publishing, so that is not the same thing that she's talking about doing.
It's similar
Well, that's not what you said yesterday.
self-publishing is making the book, but we all have to sell the book, whether we're a self-publisher or a traditional publisher.
So if you're so maybe I'm confused because when we spoke, we were clearly saying that there's a difference between what you're trying to do versus what a self-publisher does.
Yeah, so a self-publisher a traditional publisher, I make all the decisions to make my book. A self-publisher, the author makes all the decisions to make their own book. So if you are like an influencer, we had a speaker one day, she's a life coach. She self-publishes because she has her own ideas and she sells her books to all of her clients and she has a big following. She's the perfect person to be a self-publisher because she makes her money. How does she make her money? Through her clients. She may not even sell her books to her clients because she's charging them for the coaching.
Right. So I just want to push back on a little bit of where this turn is happening because what you're talking about doing is selling books on a larger scale.
Exactly.
And what I'm hearing are a lot of, and there's nothing wrong with the person-to-person sales, right? Where you are initially going to get, somebody to review your book and get it out there to their following, or to get placement in a larger big box store or something of that nature. It seems to me more of where you are headed. You're looking for someone to purchase in bulk.
Yes.
Yes. So that's to push back on what you're saying. They don't do that. They are influencers. They have a set group of people that they're dealing with, and their following has grown by the influencer route.
Yeah.
What you're looking for is going to be those bigger connections to be able to, right? Because you're saying that your slide said, "Hey, I spend all of this X amount of money to do these things. I need to be able to grow a larger following to get into a big box to work with
a distributor, really.
A distributor that can get you in a certain amount of copies.
Yeah.
Moving. And to your point, we've already talked about what they're going to tell you, which is they do Amazon, they do their own website, they fulfill their own book orders, right? They're paying for their own printing individually, fulfilling orders that way, drop shipping and all of that.
Exactly.
So I just want to say, like, if you are, it's not a waste of time, but I would be careful where I put my energy in connecting with these things because it will lead you down the wrong road. And it's not necessarily a waste of time because you'll meet somebody new, but at the same time, right, the goal is what the goal is.
Right. Yes. So between 0 and 2,000 books, I need to sell books somewhere, anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Once I have an established track record of, I've sold 2,000 books this year in the state of South Carolina or in the region of the Southeast. And so then a national distributor will look at that and go, okay, well, if she has this track record of selling these books in South Carolina and the Southeast, let's take that book national.
Mm-hmm.
Because that book has gained traction.
Which is why I use that example, like at Camp Lejeune, because
so if I
she
can
had
sell
200 books,
200
I sat there
books,
and made 100 care
that's
packages.
I'm well on my
She
way
had
to reaching my 2,000 goal for my first year. And if I sell another 100 at Soda City or through Taylor, through other sellers in Soda City, Taylor Simon, she sets up every second week in Soda City. She can sell my books.
Yeah.
So first question, is the book available now, or is it not going to be published till 2015?
The book is out so the book you just heard is in spring of 2025. So
Okay, so it can't be purchased at this moment.
It can't be
Okay,
purchased
so
at
this
this moment.
got it. Can I ask you another question? What is your aversion to Amazon?
Their labor practices and their business practices.
Mm-hmm.
They are trying to destroy the book industry. If you want to get radical about that.
So is there an alternative to Amazon to get that kind of exposure for the book?
There is a great alternative to Amazon that you should be using as a consumer. It's called bookshop.org. So what bookshop.org does is they donate a percentage of the book to a local bookstore that you can nominate. So you can nominate Taylor's Bookstore, Liberation is Lit, or you can nominate All Good Books when you buy your book online. And, you know, the advantage of using a local bookseller is you get community. You're supporting a local business. You're supporting community. You're getting a coffee. You're getting great recommendations for books. You're seeing other people buying books. So, anyway, I'm going to end with that. Use bookshop.org or buy your books in person.
Another trend is people are pre-selling their books.
Yes. Yes.
So that, you know, before the book even, you know, and that builds revenue and also, build
Yes,
selling books.
absolutely. And not only that, but it gives you clout. And we were talking about this the other day during our meeting with Derek and Thad. We were talking about pre-sales and building your, if you can say, okay, I've already got this many books pre-sold, right, it gives you power.
Yeah.
My biggest thought about this whole thing is that you need to secure contracts
Yeah.
with different procurement agencies within these schools. Somebody mentioned hospitals. I would think on a bigger scale with that. And then also one thing I thought about, people do these subscriptions for every little thing. You know, if you create a platform for yourself or a presence on social media, you can get people to subscribe to not like your channel or whatever it is, but also create some type of subscription for a monthly fee where they're getting books sent out to them. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so they get, whenever a book is released, they're the first one to get it.
Right, like a book club.
Or even your older books, like you can do packages, you can create different levels of the subscription where they can get so many books at a time for a certain amount. Or you can do deals with them, different types of stuff. I would play with that, but that's something that I just thought.
I love it. Thank you very much, everyone, for your brilliant ideas. Anthony, last brilliant idea.
What can 1 million cups of coffee do?
Oh, well, you can just keep on doing what you've been doing. Every time I come here, I learn something. Every single time. So yeah, just keep on bringing great speakers and just helping me learn and being part of a supportive community, because I am not from here. I don't have a family. You guys are my extended family. And yeah, I love you.
Well, we love you too. Before we all just kind of disperse, Renee, go ahead, tell us about your Supermoms that you got coming on in December.
And she was in the tape, she was in the scene. I did have to sing. You were in the scene.
So hi everyone, my name is Renee. I am the founder and executive director of Supermoms, which is a nonprofit catered to empowering single mothers. We're having a community baby shower this December the 14th at Booker Washington Heights, which is off of West Beltline. So I'm asking if anyone's interested in donating to our baby shower. We are still looking for baby items, new and used, like clothes, cribs, strollers, whatever, and then diapers, wipes, baby essentials, bottles, any of that nature. If you have any mom friends who just had babies and want to get rid of some clothes, please contact me. I come pick up, whatever you can give. And just please share the word if you know any mom friends that may have some stuff in the attic. Like the lady dropped out 2 bags of stuff she had in her attic. Her baby's 3. So we are still needing things.
What is your contact information? You don't want to talk about?
Yes, my phone number is 803-212-5450. And our social is Supermoms with SNPO, which also has all of my contact information on there as well, and the flyer and everything else.
What is the biggest need?
The biggest need right now is wipes. If we have diapers, we got a donation of 125 packs of diapers, but we don't have any wipes to go with the diapers.
Okay.
So
Can handle
that's
that.
the biggest need right now. And boy clothes. We have a lot of girl clothes. We're kind of low on baby boy clothes.
Well, yeah, you were in there.
When I seen it, I said,
And QR code.
Thank you, everybody. This was a wonderful session. You can hang out for the 30 minutes and meet and collaborate. And we won't see you next week. We won't see you Thanksgiving, but we'll see you December 4th. Yes, ma'am. Yes, December 4th.
So yeah, that's what I'm
I